Only on 13 tonight, a powerful story of connection and healing. Two mothers whose lives changed in an instant.
In fact, they're joined by a night of dramatic violence and the death of Metro Police Officer Rod Bradway. Our own Ann Ryder returns tonight with their unlikely bond formed from pain and loss. Ann?
Well, two lives ended in an instant that night in September, and two others have joined together in the 5 months since. Rod Bradway's widow and the young woman Bradway died protecting are each hanging by a thread these days emotionally. But they have formed a golden thread of connection, the kind that shows up best in the darkness of grief, loss, and recovery.
Twice a month, Jamie Bradway drives to hallowed ground. And walks among the heroes buried there. Her heart feeling as frozen as her breath. Until she gets to her hero.
You're all covered up, baby. I miss you.
It's a winter of grief.
I miss you so much.
In 5 months, the season has changed since Officer Rod Bradway died, but Jamie's life stands still. She finds fresh mementos on his grave. Reminders of the night that changed everything 5 months ago. September 20th, 2013. Indianapolis Metro policeman Rod Bradway left home for his night shift.
The only difference that night was he gave me 2 kisses before he left.
At 2 in the morning, the call came in of an armed man holding his ex-girlfriend and her baby hostage. Officer Rod Bradway hears screaming and charges the door, a moment etched in the victim's memory. We've agreed to protect her identity.
When he kicked down that door, it was like Superman.
But inside the apartment, Stephen Murrow began firing, the fatal shot hitting Bradway in the side where the Kevlar vest didn't protect.
The officer was hit. The suspect is dead.
Rod Bradway put his uniform on and went to work. He's not coming home.
The worst part, I think, was when the chaplain came and handed me his ring and his necklace.
The young mother who owes her life to Officer Bradway made an immediate decision after his death.
I had already made up in my mind that I need to go show respect for this man.
I had hoped that she would.
I was nervous, very nervous.
I wanted to hug her.
And that could have been the end of it, a one-time connection between Jamie Bradway and the woman her husband died saving. But it wasn't. Last month, Jamie initiated a phone call. The two talked for nearly 2 hours, and they agreed to meet at a neutral site.
At a farmhouse in Brownsburg, they reunited. Both women knew this day would be difficult, emotional.
She holds a lot of guilt because of what happened. And I told her that she has to let that go. Rod had a job to do, and it wasn't because of her that he died.
Jamie shared mementos of her husband.
So sweet. It's a little police bear. Aww. That's so nice. Yeah.
Photos and memories. Theirs was a big love.
It was very deep. He would just walk up behind me and put his arms around me. Yeah.
Both women keep a photo of Rod close.
I found out that she keeps a picture on her mantle, the mantle of her fireplace. And she sees it every day. And that makes me feel good.
I at least want to ensure that she knows how grateful that I truly am.
And someday she'll tell her own daughter what happened.
When I look at her, this man cared enough to be there and help Mommy.
And two women joined by an instant of violence.
Thank you again.
Now help one another. Though grief is a solitary battle.
God, I miss you.
There is comfort in ritual and in kindness.
I want everyone to know how grateful I am for their love and support through this tragedy.
A wind of change.
Because it's been my nightmare.
And a long goodbye that knows no season. Only time.
Jamie and the woman her husband saved share a difficult, almost sacred hour of the morning, 2 a.m. Both of them are wide awake almost every morning at that hour, no matter what time they doze off. It's like clockwork. That's the time the shooting started. My thanks to Matt Mazinski, who shot that.
And we see in the story there that they both have children, too. How are the Bradway children doing?
They do. They're both teenagers. Sierra, daddy's girl, all the way. So it's rough, but doing well in school. Jonathan plays a mean saxophone. He's doing fairly well. Also, the victim in this case has a 15-month-old daughter. She probably won't remember what happened, but as you heard, her mom said she'll tell her because it's important. One other thing I want to mention is Jamie and Rod had rescue dogs. I mean, they went to Murrow, Oklahoma after the tornado and helped out with the animals. So those dogs are instrumental in this family's healing. Anybody who loves animals knows about that.
All right, Ian,
Well,
thank you.
sorry to see you under these circumstances, but it's good to see you back. Thank you, and thank you for bringing this story to us tonight.
Courageous women.